So a whole Great Lakes system is extremely important to waterfowl. Can. The reason why Great Lakes Clean Water Act is so important for species just like this duck.
The Toledo Water Crisis was the catalyst for H2 Ohio.
A lot of this farm ground's marginal, so it's kind of nice to see some of that marginal ground go into wetlands where it can benefit water quality and obviously the habitat as well.
Get right.
You know, a lot of people have asked me over time, why do I love duck hunting more than I love the others? And for me, it's like the dance. You're calling to try and see if they'll come dance with you.
We're a bunch of determined individuals and we push for wetland conservation. It is our passion.
Get them.
Well done!
Right. To see them cut and dip and weave.
But seeing those ducks decoy and seeing that acrobatic moves in the air is something I never get tired of.
It was like the epitome of puddle duck hunting.
To watch the birds work is the real objective of the hunt.
Ducks Unlimited Television is presented by Drake Waterfowl Systems, innovators in waterfowl hunting.
Hello, I'm Betsy Nabel with a hot take about 2023 Ducks Unlimited Television. We're thinking this might be the best season ever for America's favorite waterfowl series. Case in point, this episode where we finished this year's best diver hunt at Canada's Lake St. Clair. Then we travel south with Fred Zink to the Ohio hunt, supporting a monumental water quality initiative in association with DU and corporate, federal, and state partners. All now on DUTV.
So today on DUTV, we're filming in Mitchell's Bay. It's a bay on the northeast corner of Lake St. Clair. Come right in.
Get him, buddy, get him. Nice.
Nice redhead.
Anyways, that's a nice looking duck.
Yeah, it is. Beautiful redhead for this area. That's what we come here for. Nice bird. Two more out front. Two more coming in.
They're out front to the right.
Two are circling around.
This wind's kind of hurting us. We set up, we're supposed to have a west wind, kind of turned north on us. We got a lot of birds. We found ourselves in a situation where we listened to the weatherman and we went to a spot that we knew was good the day before. And we found ourselves in a situation where the wind kind of went northwest a little bit.
Today the wind blew about twice as hard as they said it was going to blow. Not the direction they said it was going to blow. Made our hunting a little bit tougher. Hoped that we'd see a little more redheads and cans today, but they didn't seem to want to move in the morning. They really don't want to start moving till around 12, 12:30, but they ended up moving and we ended up getting our birds. Get them, boys.
There you go. Got him on the last one.
Get him. We've been sitting here for 4 hours and haven't seen a duck.
It's been a rough go, eh? So a whole Great Lakes system is extremely important to waterfowl, and I would say this is almost this top destination as where it all starts, especially when you're talking about species such as the canvasback. Can. We knew it would happen, right, Timmy?
Yeah, buddy.
This area right here, between here and the upper Mississippi River, are the two largest staging areas for canvasbacks. This area is so crucial for not only canvasbacks, but redheads, bluebills, and then a variety of other marsh ducks such as widgeon, gowal, pintail, and mallards. The reason why Great Lakes Clean Water Act, Ducks Unlimited, is so important for species just like this duck, and even the redhead we have in here. Wild celery is our primary diet. Without clean water, this duck doesn't exist. So a lot of effort goes into preserving wetlands. clean water, and ducks like this. The king of all ducks, the canvasback.
Ducks Unlimited Television is presented by Drake Waterfowl Systems, innovators in waterfowl hunting. Mossy Oak Shadow Grass Habitat, the official camo of Ducks Unlimited. Browning Firearms, the best there is. Native Nurseries, hand-selected, hand-grown plants for wildlife. Higdon Outdoors, quality, customer service, innovation, that's Higdon. And Ducks Unlimited's 85th anniversary, celebrating 85 years as North America's leader in wetlands conservation.
Late in the day, we started to see larger flights of diving ducks. And the wind shifted enough to get us a little bit in the lee, and it made all the difference in the world.
You gotta love hunting in the rain. We take what we can get, boys. Go.
Oh! We do it.
Yeah.
Some of the challenges on Lake St. Clair that we've worked on is really, one of the biggest things is providing the ability for wetland managers to maintain and manage wetlands. Having the tool set to actually manage water and waterfowl habitat for these ducks is important, and that does include controlling invasive species, treating Phragmites. One of the other things that's important too is good water quality in Lake St. Clair and these river systems. So you have wild celery and other wild rice, emergent but also submergent aquatic vegetation that's important for waterfowl.
Dingle's over here. Hey, they worked good.
Nice. Yeah,
They worked right in, eh?
Yeah, we did a project in Michigan that it's like 60-acre wetland that had a water control structure on a small water course that went through it. We drew it down for 2 or 3 years to do the project, and the wild rice took off like crazy.
It did, just by drawing it down.
Yeah.
I guess Sandusky Bay, right behind where I live, used to be just like Lake St. Clair, just absolutely loaded with wild celery.
Right in the decoys, right in the decoys. Good shooting, guys.
Good. That's good. I'm anxious to get my new wetland project done.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Sounds like a real nice
get it done.
property.
There's always challenges all over the United States and Canada about habitat, water clarity, Great Lakes Clean Water Act, and restoring wetlands. But when you come here, this is very pristine water. I wish I lived here. I wish Sandusky Bay in the areas where I hunted was as pristine and untouched by agriculture and big cities like it is here. It's a very unique place, and it's a way to step back in time to come here and see how pristine it still really is.
When DU was founded in 1937, initial membership was predominantly located in the northeastern United States. Today, DU members can be found in all 50 states, with new chapters springing up every year. The Great Lakes region, and in particular the great state of Ohio, has always been a hotbed for wetlands conservation support. In fact, some of America's oldest duck clubs are located there, and these organizations began conserving waterfowl and wetlands before DU was even founded. Today in Ohio and throughout the Great Lakes region, DU's mission continues to grow at a rapid pace. One way Ohio supports wetlands conservation is through the Ohio Hunt. It's a gathering of DU's conservation partners, major donors, volunteers, legislators, journalists, and staff from across the country. It offers DU supporters an exclusive waterfowling experience at the private duck clubs around the famed Lake Erie Marsh region and it brings together like-minded sportsmen and women to give them a detailed look inside Ohio's conservation commitment through hunts, wetlands tours, seminars, and other conversation among policymakers. As we continue to reach our goals and achieve the DU mission, we have people to thank from all over North America. From Ohio to Oregon, Washington, D.C., and Washington State, DU volunteers and donors continue to raise the dollars that make conservation more than just conversation. For more information on helping Ducks Unlimited's wetlands conservation efforts in your state, please visit ducks.org.
DU Insights is brought to you by Mossy Oak Properties. Find your favorite place at mossyoakproperties.com.
On today's hunt, we started right here at my own home place, my own private marsh right here in Oak Harbor, Ohio. And today we got to hunt with Kyle Rohr from Ducks Unlimited and State Representative Shane Wilkin.
What's your management kind of regime here on this property for your wetlands?
So this piece of ground is 54 acres, and there's actually 5 impoundments. One of them is designated towards whitetail, but it's real small. Now, I do have a marsh going over on Sandusky Bay, right by the Bay Bridge.
Okay.
It's 142 acres I bought 2 years ago. It's under construction right now.
Sweet.
And it has 90 acres of natural marsh. And then I kept 30 acres out to be able to do ag as well. That is actually a H2 Ohio project.
The Toledo Water Crisis was the catalyst for a program that Governor DeWine rolled out called H2 Ohio. Simply stated, it's a program that is designed to improve water quality across the state for all Ohioans.
There's funds being spent here to incentivize landowners to enroll into the CREP program, and particularly wetlands. So a lot of this farm ground's marginal, so it's kind of nice to see some of that marginal ground go into wetlands where it can benefit water quality and obviously the habitat as well.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, that program there has been a game changer. Being up in Michigan where I'm at, I'm trying to motivate the legislature up there to do something similar.
Here they come. Get them. With the warm weather conditions, we knew it was going to be tough. We were a little bit on the struggle bus this morning, and we shot 1 mallard and 2 geese. But when I said, what do you think about hunting in the afternoon? And the guys were all over it. So we made a move and went over and hunted a really good friend of mine's place. So I went over and just spent some time in the marsh while the guys were doing some tours. I spent some time in the marsh watching where the ducks were going, made the decoy set, and we went in the afternoon. I knew it was going to be a barn burner. Here we go. Get him, right. Get him. Not bad for no goose decoy. Here. Oh boy. Heel, kennel. Big Canada goose. We'll come back. Get him.
Oh, man. Couldn't get a bead on him. Good shooting there, boy.
Sit. Get him. Ooh, it's a nice pair of wood ducks.
An enthusiastic water dog is an athlete. And with all athletes, you're concerned about injury. Let's walk through a few tips on how you can prepare your dog to avoid injuries this season. First, pre-season, get your dog in great physical shape. That requires proper nutrition and exercise. Remember, a heavy, overweight dog is more subject to injury, as is one that has little pre-season exercise to build conditioning. So begin early. When afield, be aware of your situation and environmental conditions. Are there holes in front of the duck blind? Underwater unseen objects such as debris, barbed wire, slick ice? Just take time to be aware of potential threats. For uplanders working unfamiliar fields, think about the area. Is it known for venomous snakes, cactus, or is the area frequented by trappers using steel traps and snares? All are risks to the active gun dog. Pad protection is important for the upland hunter as well. In rugged terrain, boots may be advisable, but at a minimum, condition your dog's pads pre-season with exercise, trimming the hair between their pads, and keep their nails trimmed. It's a good idea to use pad conditioning products after workouts and hunts to aid in recovery. For extreme conditions, a thermal water vest is a great idea for cold weather protection, as does an upland vest to protect the upland gun dog underside from abrasions and punctures. Conduct an end-of-the-day checklist for your dog. Inspect the eyes for scratches or debris. Foreign objects lodged in the nose or gums. Their feet for pads or web damage. And the undercarriage of the dog for any abrasions.
Avoiding athletic injury with your water dog is all about an ounce of prevention. Let's be careful out there.
Duck Dog with Mike Stewart is presented by Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs. DUTV is powered by Browning Ammunition, the best there is. Biologic, scientifically proven wildlife products. Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs. Tetra Hearing, more than hearing protection, it's hearing perfection. Mossy Oak Properties, America's land specialist. Zinc Calls, a champion in every call. Closed captioning for Ducks Unlimited Television is brought to you by Mossy Oak Bottomland, the official timber pattern of Ducks Unlimited.
Let's talk about my favorite time of the year, and that's grassing my blinds or camouflaging my blinds. I think it's the most important part when it comes to waterfowl hunting. And in the marsh area, it comes very important to a couple simple little things. Number one is having the right tool for the trade. This grass cutter can cut a truckload of grass in about a half an hour. And a good rule of thumb is when you think you have enough, cut twice as much. And then finding the right grass. This is by far the best grass I've ever used in my life. It's prairie cord grass. It gets real long, it's about 4 foot tall, and you can see it's very pliable and durable. It doesn't poke you in the eye and holds up tremendously well. This grass you can find in road ditches typically anywhere from, I've seen it as far west as Nebraska and all the way to the East Coast. Now that we know how to cut it, let's talk about how to use it and camouflage your blind. This product right here is garden fence or construction fence. It comes in OD green or black. I bought this at Lowe's. You can buy it at Home Depot, Ace Hardware. Simply grab your grass. You see how I'm letting it fall on a flat surface? Keeps all the ends square. And then you just weave it in these little holes like this. Now this is a little tedious and it takes some time. And I would say 2 to 3 guys could spend about 2 hours on this blind and have it done upright, and the rest of your season will be plentiful of ducks because they won't be able to see your blind. This is Go Devil's floating duck blind, but this is what the blind looked like before we added the grass. Now, if we move over here to the grass, as you can see, it's very, very soft. Very important. We did this top section first, and we moved to the edge, and then the garden fence on the very bottom. 3 layers of grass. Very soft, no dark holes, no hard edges, no hard shadows. A very effective blind in the marsh.
Ducks Unlimited's Guns and Gear is brought to you by Tetra Hearing, built for hunters by hunters. Calls, wings, or triggers, hear the hunt like never before.
So when you think about all the hotbeds, you always hear Arkansas or Louisiana, and yeah, they have a tremendous amount of ducks. We're right here in Northwest Ohio. At any given time in November, I mean, I'd hate to think of how many ducks and geese are in that area, especially ducks.
Oh, yeah.
on. I didn't even have to pull the trigger and they folded. We have one of our buddies back home, when a group of birds like that comes in and one folds, he even got a coffee mug that says, "I got it," because that's the first thing he says every single time.
Yeah, that's the first thing he says, I got it.
I got it.
Shane and Kyle had their eyes full. It was not only a great duck hunt, but it was also a great time to spend with those guys in the blind. They have so much passion for the outdoors. They're both very successful guys in their own world, and to see them enjoy that duck hunt and what we have to offer here in Northwest Ohio was pretty awesome. Number one, it's 20 consecutive years the state of Ohio has done the partnership hunt with Ducks Unlimited. That's what's so cool about the partnership. We're able to bring people from all over the United States here to come here and showcase where DU spends their money. And people were able to go out and have great duck hunts and then get together and do the tours and get together at the banquet and talk about the state of Ohio relationship and the DU relationship. It all comes as a cohesive team together. It's pretty awesome. It's a great event and came off and looking forward till next year as well.
Ducks Unlimited is one big family celebrating our wetlands conservation mission. We love raising money with like-minded people, funding that's quickly put right back into the wetlands, helping waterfowl and other wildlife and people too. We appreciate your support, and so do the ducks. So thanks again for your continued engagement with DUTV, and tune in next week for another exciting episode.
We're really flying, which is kind of hard. We need to leave. But if we get one single, we'll give it about 5 minutes. Yep. We can shoot one duck, let you shoot. Are you ready, big boy?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You got the $1 million smile and see if you get the $1 million trigger pull.